So anyway, so this girl said to me the other day, oh shit, wait a minute, let me give you this. Email account.
Oh, you don't do this? Oh, I'm just trying to calm down off it just a while ago. I gotta drive back. I'm getting that calm down food in a minute.
Oh, damn, Paris. Stay with us, man. What's your fingers?
Yeah, so, you know, that way we keep my more mysterious image, you know, and that whole rebel thing.
Okay.
Besides, you know, I would like to have a website based on the music, but I actually wouldn't want to have any, you know, like, don't ever tell anybody my age.
Okay.
Or lie about it, you know, like double it or something. Oh yeah, that Bailey's 122. We think.
Go ahead and start it.
You can start anytime. I started. Now I'm trying to, like, you know, not say anything too revealing a technique. Okay, folks, this is the secret agenda conversation of the evening. And we're planning our strategy and how to promote a more mysterious image and the mysteries of life and love and death and more love and more life. And our Mrs. Brooks is here to, you know, have a few words. Say hi.
Bailey, you're...
Okay, that'll do. Julian, say hi.
Hello. Bailey here is the Berkeley legend that we all know growing up in Berkeley. Tell us...
Yeah, more kids have nightmares.
When did you first arrive in Berkeley?
1970.
And what? And you don't have to say what, you don't have to say what age you were.
Oh, well, it was in September. I was going to college.
Going to college? UC Berkeley? Or what?
Yeah, I was in college. I was going to UC Berkeley. Really? My mom had called me the day before and said, "Guess what? I got you into UC Berkeley." And I was like, "Really?"
1970.
Because before that, didn't even know my mom was trying to get me into UC Berkeley.
So there was protests going on.
Oh yeah, actually, my first day in Berkeley. You're gonna have to edit this afterwards, but I don't really care. Actually, my mom does, so my mom won't notice. Anyway, so my mom calls me the day before and goes, "Oh, I got you into UC Berkeley, so you're gonna go to school, college, starting tomorrow." And she didn't tell me she's doing that. So literally one day I'm like just out of high school doing nothing, and next minute I'm a college student. So we checked in the dorm, and I'm like, well, I guess, you know, I'm not gonna just sit in my dorm room. It was at the top of Dwight Way. So I check in, I'm walking down, this hippie goes by, "Hey, you want to smoke some pot?" Of course. So we walked down Dwight, we walked down Telegraph, and here were the men's benches. There's a safer gate, there's a men's bench. So we're sitting behind there, we're smoking, you know, we smoke a bunch of joints. And it's actually, the sun is actually going down as we're smoking, right? Well, what we didn't know while we're sitting there just smoking our brains out is out in front of the meds, somebody had jaywalked across the street, and the cops stopped him. I guess he either tried to give him a ticket or was actually putting him in handcuffs. So all these people in the med and all these people in the street started jaywalking. And then they started playing Red Rover in the street. So by the time we got back on the street, that had turned into a full-scale riot. There were police in riot gear. They were lighting things on fire, the poster boards. They had actually splashed red paint all over the Bank of America, and there was like tear gas thick everywhere up and down Telegraph Avenue. As we come out of cameras, going, "Oh wow!"
Were you a square? Were you a square during that time?
No,
you were never a square.
Oh hell, I had like hair like this. I was wearing like purple velvet pants, cowboy boots. I had like this yellow shirt with this pink vest on, and wearing a Jimi Hendrix scarf. And didn't wear eyeliner back then, but you know, a scarf wrapped here, a scarf wrapped there, and, you know, some jewelry. You know, I was a hippie. Hell, I was with Jimi Hendrix.
But you, since I've known you, you've always been rock and roll.
Yeah, well, I was rock and roll.
When did rock and roll and hippie become two different things?
That's what I want to know. But you know, the truth is that when I first came to Berkeley, even though I was trying to hang out with the hippies, a lot of them weren't as accepting of Old Bailey as it was. And it turned out that most of my friends ended up being from LA or from New York. And you know how New Yorkers are. They're rockers, but they're not necessarily hippies. Like my friends who were from New York, you couldn't call them hippies like getting into a fight. Matter of fact, their first night in town, they went to the Jack in the Box on Telegraph and got into a knife fight. I mean, one of them had like blonde hair to here, was black to here, and then red down here. And he had these boots on that looked like moon pods. And his boots is already ripped up, so you can see he's wearing like purple leotards underneath. And his name was Keith. Actually, Keith used to go out with David Bowie's wife Angela. They would tell me he was going out with Angela Bowie, and I didn't believe it. Then one day I was opening a photography magazine, and there was a picture of him with Angela Bowie. And you know, we used to call him Spike. He was a character. So anyway, and you know, the other guy had really long hair, and they had their eyeliner on, and you know, they were like totally like goth New York thing, but they also carried switchblades, so they got a knife fight first day in town. I'm like, that's really amazing, guys. I mean, Keith was the type of person, I'd go to his house, he'd be feeding his fish LSD, and the first thing I had to do is go to the table and pick up the guns and go, can you like put this in the other room? You know, don't like to be around with guns and stuff. You know, they were pretty understanding of stuff like that, you know.
When did you get involved in music in the Bay?
Oh, I started jamming with friends when I was in high school. We used to drop acid and jam. We wanted to have this experimental acid rock band that was going to be like the next Beatles. Well, my friend didn't let him live in the fantasy world, so, you know. But anyway, we used to, you know, we just do these long acid jams, and we could go on forever. You know, and often did. And, but it was actually good training because, you know, jamming and trying to follow my friend up and down scales and weird this and, you know, all that sort of stuff. And he actually had pieces of the songs he'd written but never really worked on. This is one of the things I learned about the whole discipline and, you know, really sitting down, and if you want to do something, you have to go do it and not just sit around and talk about it. And, we used to jam a lot. Some of it was kind of interesting. I still have some tapes of it. There were times when it would like really sound like we'd be practicing stuff. And other times it would sound like Pink Floyd. And other times it would sound like so chaotic, so atonal, people would like run out of the room. Actually, one time we were jamming on acid, and we look up, and there's this cat trying to get into the room. This thing looked like it had totally lost its mind. I mean, it's clawing and scratching at the screens, and we stopped dead. We're like, if that thing gets in the screen, it's going to kill us. I figure our music is just driven to completely crazy.